Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Cooking Websites, where I share the web design tools that I use all the time to build websites. On this episode, though, we'll actually have a guest, Alex, who's worked in the industry for a long time and started as a WordPress theme developer when the only things you could use and that were available were CSS, JS, and PHP. We've come a long way since then when it comes to helpful tools, so I'll let him tell a little more. Hi Alex, thank you so much for joining us. Could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, hi Irma. I'm at the moment, and I believe this moment will last a bit longer, like at least a decade or so. At the moment, I'm community and marketing lead at IndieStack, one of the products from WPBakery Visual Composer family. Before that, I worked in the most of my career is from the hosting industry, but at the same time, I'm like WordPress contributor for more than a decade. And at the same time, like my let's say entry point into WordPress was team development. So basically, I'm WordPress team developer. At the beginning, we had CSS, JS, and PHP, and that was it. You need to write everything. Now we have tools like WPBakery, like Visual Composer, and similar tools, which are helping us. We don't have to write the code anymore. But now there are some other challenges. Around the corner when you didn't wrote the code, then you don't know where specific pieces of code are and what is not working if something is not working.
Well, yeah, that I do know how much all the no-code tools have helped me as a person who doesn't know how to write code. I
Yeah.
would not have survived in the early
No,
days of
no
WordPress.
code, no code tools are actually someone else's code.
Oh, that's very true. And I'm glad that there's someone else who has to write it instead of me. Okay, I'm
Good
very
one.
excited to hear your tools. What are you
Yep.
using on your day-to-day basis?
Number one, because someone else wrote the code and I don't know what's inside. Uh, I use very often debug bar. It's a free WordPress plugin. You can find it on WordPress repository, and it is actually listing you queries to the database. If something snapped, what snapped, why, which file is causing, on which line. It's something similar to classic WordPress debug mode, but you have kind of a UI in WordPress dashboard, and it's much better to track what's happening. Number two tool, and I believe this is something everyone is using, and this is most often used when you're using tools like I will use as an example again WPBakery or Visual Composer, and then you have those, for example, in WooCommerce checkout page, cart page, and those elements coming from WooCommerce, and those pages actually inherited design and style from the team. They're not inheriting design and style from the plugin you're using. So you set in Visual Composer, you will be using Poppins, but at the same time, you're using some barebone theme, which is actually using Montserrat. So you have completely different font in some pieces of your website, and some weird colors that you don't want there. But all those colors are inherited from the theme, and there is no place where you can replace that in the theme, except writing a custom CSS. To write a custom CSS, you need to know which class in CSS you need to override with the new color, or to change the font, to load the different font for the specific piece. So that is why I mostly use Chrome DevTools, and also to see if there are some errors, something is not loading. Is it throwing 500 or 403 forbidden or something?
Post interview Irma here. I use this tool a lot as well, and I just wanted to quickly show you how to use it if you didn't know. So you go on any page and then you right click. Let's right click here, and then you click on inspect. And this is the tool that we were talking about. Now, a really cool thing, if you click on this little tool right here, then you can go to any element of the page and see what it is actually on this page. So this is H1. You can see the color code, the size, the font. So this is H3. again, interesting. For example, if you would look at this, you would probably think this is paragraph, but this is actually H3. You can check anything here. For example, this image, you can see here, if you click on the right side, here is a link to that image. You can get it right here. I steal images all the time. But yeah, this is paragraph, the same size. So yeah, just you can go through any page and just see what it's made of. If, as Alex said, if you need to override any of the CSS, you see what it actually is. Yeah, you can see everything about it right here. I didn't know that like the dev tool, that's in Chrome. I thought that's like, I don't know why, I didn't ever think about that it's not available for other browsers. I checked like on Safari and realized, yeah, that it's all Chrome.
For WordPress, if you're not using WP CLI, then you're probably not using WordPress at all. Because WP CLI can save so much of your time and it can make you more productive. And what is most important, when something goes wrong, you can use WP CLI regardless of the fact is your site live or down. You can use WP CLI to bring it back to life. So earlier we had to, for example, log in through SFTP or FTP or file manager. Then you need to change the name of WP content /plugins to /plugin or whatever to kill all the plugins to see if the plugin was causing the issue. If the plugin was causing the issue, then you could activate one by one, replace back, then you will see all the plugins deactivated, and then activate one by one until it dies. But with WP CLI, you can do that. Like you can deactivate plugin by plugin through WP CLI, even though you have zero access to your website. Generate WP. Generate WP is a good tool to generate code snippets you need for your WordPress. Either you want to build custom post type or custom taxonomy, or you want to add some filter or something in your WordPress. It will output you a code that you can copy and use inside of your WordPress theme. Why it is a good tool? Because it's always up to date. So the code it will output is up to WordPress coding standards. Generate WP actually tracks all of those changes, and when they output the new code will be up to date with latest coding standards.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you. I will definitely try these out. Well, I have been using the DevTools. Apparently, I even didn't know that that's what it's called. But yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for valuing so highly my experience and skills so I can be here and share my favorite tools with your audience. Those were the favorite tools from Alex, who's a true expert in the field. If you want to see more tools, subscribe to the channel and you'll get notified when the next episode comes out. Thank you for watching.